If you have ever tried to manage a handful of Raspberry Pis scattered across a desk, you know it quickly turns into a tangled mess of ribbon cables and loose power bricks. This enclosure from UCTRONICS is basically the adult version of a Lego project, and honestly, it is a massive step up from the previous iteration. Instead of just stacking boards, this thing uses a frame-based design that feels significantly more rigid. When you pick it up, you can tell it is not just some flimsy plastic shell. It is full metal with a powder-coated finish that actually feels premium. The corners are rounded off, so you are not going to accidentally slice your finger open while you are trying to route your Ethernet cables. What makes this setup genuinely useful is the modularity. Each of the 4 mounting plates slides in and out independently. If one of the nodes goes down or you need to swap out an SD card, you just loosen a couple of thumb screws and pull that specific board out without disturbing the rest of the cluster. It is a small detail, but it saves so much frustration during maintenance. There is even space to tuck in 4 2.5-inch SSDs and a network switch, which turns this from a simple rack into a legitimate little home server or NAS setup. Now, it is not perfect. You do have to put this thing together yourself, and while it is not exactly rocket science, it does take a bit of patience to get everything aligned just right. Also, the cooling situation is a bit of a mixed bag. The dual 8-centimeter fans move a decent amount of air, and they are surprisingly quiet, which is great if you are keeping this on a desk. However, they are not PWM fans. That means they are just going to run at full speed whenever they have power. You do not get that granular control over the fan curve, so if you are looking for total silence based on CPU temperature, you might find yourself wishing for a bit more sophistication there. Also, if you're planning to use a PoE hat on your Pis, just be aware that those pins might already be taken. You might need to grab an extra adapter to keep the fans spinning. But look, for anyone building a Pi array or a dedicated lab, this is a clean, professional way to keep everything organized. It takes that chaotic pile of tech and turns it into something that actually looks like it belongs in a server rack. It is sturdy, it is well thought out, and it solves the biggest headache of running a multi-node cluster. If you are tired of the cable clutter, this is probably the most sensible way to tidy up your workspace.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.